Hello, and welcome to my new vlog series, Reviewing Reviewers. So, essentially, the point of this series is I watch a lot of AniTube. Certainly not as much as, I don't know, someone like Pedantic Romantic. But, I watch my fair share. And a lot of AniTube is not that great. I mean, I'm not by any means trying to say I'm all that amazing, but I see a lot of faults in even some of the more popular AniTubers. And really the picking is not that great. There's not a plethora of amazing AniTubers out there, and a lot of the best ones have stopped making videos. So it's a pretty unfortunate circumstance. So I'm just going to be touching on, various AniTubers and my general criticisms or positive recommendations, why you should watch them, why you shouldn't, where they can improve, stuff like that. So to start things off, I'm going to first talk about the Canipa effect. So the Canipa effect is a channel that I kind of like more theoretically than in actuality. As in, I appreciate what Canipa is doing, and I think it's important and useful and necessary. But his content is kind of lacking as a whole. So, I mean, to frame this in a way that might make more sense if you haven't seen his videos. I mean, in the first place, narration is pretty weak. His audio editing is not that great. You listen to any one of his videos, and the mixing sounds pretty off. There's either a sort of echo to it, or something like that, or the balance isn't all that great. Or, and this is particularly egregious in this department, is unnatural audio cuts. So where it's you're splicing two separate takes together. So you're transitioning from this one sentence you wrote and you recorded a couple takes, and then another sentence you recorded a couple takes, and you're like, oh, this takes the best one and this takes the best one. You put them together, but when you listen to it together, you can tell that the narration doesn't line up, as in it wasn't part of one continuous line. And this is pretty common mistake, because it's very easy to make, and oftentimes you do your recording in one session and you're editing another, and not many people want to go back and do another recording session to fix one little thing. But yeah, you'll have stuff like, oh, the animators here are so amazing, and then it cuts, and they do great work, and then it'll cut Joe Jameson. It's a completely different intonation and volume level that doesn't match what was going on previously. And then also just his narration voice. I know Canipa can talk like a normal person. I've listened to a couple of the podcasts he's on. He can talk like a normal person, but he does this really I mean, Digibro already said this, so I won't dwell on it too long. But he does it's like he's shouting at the mic, but holding back, and it doesn't work. It doesn't convey the emotion that I think he wants to convey, of being that sort of excitement, because I mean, he uses it for the whole video. It's not like it swells to be excited and then comes back. It just always sounds the same, and it just sort of comes off as kind of tiring, and not very easy to listen to. Probably my biggest issue, and this just occurred to me because I just finished watching his most recent video on some of the animators who worked on the advertisements for for cup noodles, and that is that his videos are kind of like just YouTube Wikipedia articles. I mean, he does his research, and oftentimes the information he finds, he goes above and beyond to find the information that isn't readily available on Wikipedia, for instance. Like he's commissioned translators and stuff, which is amazing, and I think that's really important and good work that he does. But his videos basically just recap that. He finds out some information and then he recaps said information to you, the viewer. But he very rarely goes on and tries to make any sort of connection or thematic through line with his videos, or tell a story, or create a narrative, or anything like that, which, while perhaps in the academic sense is not the best way to present this information, in terms of is the video entertaining or not, you kind of need something like that to make videos of this nature enjoyable to watch. You need some sort of through line, some sort of theme that you're getting at, or at least make the story interesting. Like, don't just say, okay, and the people who worked on this project, like, literally in this video, he goes sort of like, okay, so the backgrounds were done by this person and this person. I really like the backgrounds. They were good. Alright, next, okay, so the animation was done by this person, and also, surprisingly, this person, and, like, they worked under this person, which is different because they used to work under this person. And it's, like, just information with no sort of attempts to make it something more interesting. Either you need to find, like, a personal story of the artists that, makes it interesting, or you need to have a greater theme. I mean, heck, his commenters did the job for him. Like, someone in the comments on the video, that very same video, mentioned how it was an interesting, like, the way that if I don't remember if I'm quoting this correctly, but it was something in the vein of, it's interesting that even despite the commerciality of it, that these people have to do this to make money, they still went above and beyond and created something that really is quite artful. That's a great theme. Use that. You know, like, go, take it a step beyond. Take this information you're giving us, which is interesting, but give us a reason to be emotionally invested in the information you're sharing with us. That's my biggest issue with the Canipa effect, and what I think would push his videos from just, like, interesting to, like, actually something excellent and worth looking forward to. I'll see you in the next episode. Peace.